get someone ambaye anafanya kazi na wanarika, mtu ambaye anatembea nao, mtu ambaye anashughulikia masuala yao, asa the adolescents, aswa masuala ya virusi vya ugonjwa wa ukimwi, wakati mwingine gender based violence na vitu kama vile, ili tuweze kufahamu kiuhakika what can we do to support our youth, what can we do to help them fit into the society. Is there something that we are not doing? Tuko ndani ya nyumba na lazima tuangazie hili swala kiundani. Nawe nakualika kwa heshima kwa 2291 na pia kwa Facebook page yetu Mwangaza TV. Karibu sana tena sana. Niko na mgeni wangu anaitwa WANJIKU. Yeye anafanya kazi kwa ukaribu sana na wanarika hawa akishughulikia haya maswala. Yani yeye naweza kuambia kwamba she is an ambassador. Yeye ni balozi. Kazi yake ni kuhakikisha kwamba anazungumza kwa niaba ya vijana. Na yuko hapa aweze kuzungumza nasi wazazi na vile vile vijana ambao tunatazama na wale ambao wataweza kupokea ujumbe huu ili kwa pamoja tuweze kupiga hatua. Kwa heshima kubwa, karibu sana Amasi ndani ya nyumba uweze kutuongoza. Utuambie wewe ni nani alafu tuingie moja kwa moja kwa mjadiliano wetu.
Asante sana Celestine kwa mwaliko huu. Asubuhi ya leo nafurahi kwa Mungu kuniamsha na kuwa hapa. Thank you so much. It's such an honor and a privilege to be here, to be able to speak about young ambassadors of adolescents and young people. Yeah, so basically my name is WANJIKU na nafanya kazi na shirika linaloitwa Ambassador for Youth and Adolescent Reproductive Health Program. So by just the name,
wewe ni balozi.
Meshika kuna adolescents na kuna young people.
Yes.
And majorly tuna work for and with the adolescents and young people holistically, just to ensure that their personal growth and development is observed holistically, mentally, physically, spiritually, and socially. Yeah, and mostly we deal with the three major things that are affecting the youth, the new HIV infections, teenage pregnancies, and also GBV. That is very rampant in our society right now, especially Nairobi County being at the lead.
Tuliona tukiwa number 2 by the way.
Kabisa kabisa.
And someone may be watching us anashindwa, why do we have these increased cases kwa wanarika na sio sisi ama sio wale ambao ni watoto?
So basically nafikiria kwa according to statistics, kuna a lot of peer pressure among adolescents and young people. They indulge themselves into behaviors zenye hawaelewi, and in the end wana end up to have those new HIV infections. Alafu wana end up even to have these teenage pregnancies because they are having unprotected sex. And also GBV among them. You cannot fend for your child, so you end up running away from home and even being with abusive partners who subject you to GBV. Also another thing is poverty. There is hata ukiangalia hizi rising numbers in HIV infections iko among the vulnerable communities, especially the slum areas where poverty is very rampant. Mtu ataenda a young girl will look for a man just to have sex, for transactional sex, apate food, apate sanitary pads, na hata aweze kukimu maisha ya mama yake. I'm sure even when you visit the jioni ukivisit, even we've seen these cases, unapata mtoto mdogo anauza sweetie njugu kwa streets. Imagine this is a young girl, and there is a perpetrator who has already watching her. What happens at the end?
Abused.
And also on matters of like teenage pregnancies, I guess hakuna comprehensive information, even new HIV infection. Hakuna comprehensive information uko kwa in our schools. Even when the teachers are teaching life skills, let them give correct and concise and consistent information on matters of HIV and AIDS, on matters of teenage pregnancies. It's very good to insist on abstinence, but then if also show these kids that when you engage in sex, you're going to have a child, and your dreams are going to be shattered. Just give them correct, concise, make it a safe space. Wacha huyu mwalimu wa make a place safe space,
ili mtoto make decision,
waeze kuongea pamoja na waeze ku highlight the things that they are going through, and then from then on wanaweza kuangazia like how they are going to prevent themselves from being absorbed in this triple threat. Inaitwa triple threat actually. New HIV infections, teenage pregnancies, and also GBV, happening mostly to 15 to 24 years, adolescents and young people. Yeah, and also lifestyle. Watoto wengi wanakimbilia lifestyle. Most young people wanataka kukimbilia lifestyle yenye hawaelewi, and that's how they end up entering into drugs and substance abuse. Na hii inawapush kukuwa na new HIV infections, inawapush kuwa na teenage pregnancies, wana engage in very promiscuous habits that subject them to the triple threat.
Exactly. Na wakati ambapo zile idadi zilikuwa zinatolewa, ule utafiti, tuliona kwamba kuna maeneo ambayo hili jambo halijakithiri sana. Na kuna maeneo mengine ambayo it is on the rise. Na labda mtu anaweza uliza kwa nini Nairobi kuwe na visa ambavyo ni vingi, lakini maybe katika eneo kama la Nyeri visa visiwe vingi. What brings about the difference?
I think it's the difference on urban areas. Nyeri is not an urban area.
True.
Youths in urban areas tunaweza tumia, lack of a better word, wamechanuka. Sasa
wameona
mbali. Wana try kuenda na trend. The trend that is happening, drug and substance abuse, wanakunywa, wana engage in things like substance abuse where they inject themselves with drugs. Now that is one way of transmitting HIV also.
True.
Unapata wana victimiziwa by their peers when they don't engage in sex. So mtu anakimbilia hajui madhara, fitting in societal standards. Hajui madhara baadaye, haja investigate, hajapata correct and concise information. And also social media. Unajua in social media
exposed.
There is what you as a person unaweza decide to consume, but for them, because they are
there's too much.
There's just too much in social media. And also, there are perpetrators who just use social media for just to expose these young girls, especially those from vulnerable communities. Anakuambia just like, do this and I will give you money. Just weird behaviors that they are going to spread to their peers. So una find it's a form of network. They're pulling each other. Unlike in Nyeri, nikiamka asubuhi, my mom or my dad expects me to wake up,
go to the shamba.
Nikiwa holiday, kamua ngombe, go to the shamba, go to the market. That's it, you're back at home. And study time. But in Nairobi, when your parents just leave for work, unaachwa, unapata mtoto anajua my mom comes back at 6, so I have the whole time. That is their exploration time. Maybe you as a parent have not taken the role of just talking to your kid and giving them correct and concise information. That's why I'm urging parents, be a friend to your kids, be a safe space to your kids,
and be available.
Always.
So I help. Mnadili sana na wanarika, mnadili na masuala ambayo yanaathiri wanarika, na how do you go about it? Kwa sababu wanarika ni wengi, by the way. The greatest percentage we have in our Kenyan population ni ya wanarika, na hao ndio watu ambao wako katika hatari kubwa sana ya kukutana na janga kama hili. Unajua, tunapoangazia mambo ya teenage pregnancy, mara nyingi huwa tunaangazia sana wanadada. Tunasahau kwamba hata hawa vijana pia, hawa kaka zetu wanaathirika, because you can imagine you being a father at 12, you being a father at 14 years. So how do you go about it, you as an organization?
Okay, so in our organization, we've not left anybody out. We've made a program that is tailor-made, a program that fits both adolescent girls and boys. The young women and young men. So basically how we go about it, we have various interventions. We have support groups, especially for young people who are living with HIV. We have support groups where they don't feel stigmatized, discriminated. They can be able to just share that journey together. Of where some of them just got infected through their parents. They were born with HIV from their parents. So it's a matter of just reassuring them that it's not the end of the world. You can make something great out of yourself.
True.
And also we have dialogues, intergenerational dialogues between the young people and their parents.
That's a nice one.
And also we use the multi-sectoral approach. We bring the church in. We bring the Kamani Sheikh wa Muslims,
we bring
pastor
him on
wa
board.
kanisa, all the key actors in the life of a young person. Because sometimes young people don't want to go to church, and actually some of the correct and concise information is there. These people are the ones who can build them, can give them life skills. And also another thing that we do a lot of social media advocacy. By the way, I'm urging everybody who's watching out there, follow our pages.
Yes, true.
IRP, Kenya Ambassador for Youth and Adolescent Reproductive Health Program. We have a whole social media advocacy thematic area where we just pass information through social media.
Yes.
Like we have, we can pass it through Facebook, through Twitter. We just have a space where young people can be able to talk about. TikTok, we leverage also on TikTok. A lot of young people like TikTok, so we just package information. Another thing that we do, we have outreaches. Tunaangalia where perpetrators can be. Maybe boda guys.
Yes.
You know, they are also young. Most of the boda guys
most of them.
So we go and pass information to them.
Yes.
And also we like just putting young people at decision-making tables where they can be able to go and pass this information even to the elder people. Ndio kusikuwe na ile judgment. So we are doing a lot of things. We have trainings. We have sensitization forums. Tuna make sure like this information is not being left out. Tuna have street-to-street activation. Hiyo nile pale kama kwa kijiji. Si ama vile tu ghetto kuna kuanga. Unaenda street by street. Ukipasi information na IEC materials, information and educational communication materials. Package to information kwa karatasi. Unaenda
unawacha wakisoma.
And that will really Ata kama out of 10 people, you'll find 8 people have impacted from that information. We are doing a lot.
Even if we can get 5 who are very strict, now wako very faithful in disseminating the information, tutakuwa safe. We are going to be on the safer side. So wakati ambapo you're doing all that, especially kufanya uhamasisho haswa juu ya virusi hivi vipya vya HIV, unapata kwamba labda kuna wale ambao mnakutana nao tayari wameathiriwa, ama labda hata kama hawajaathiriwa, maisha wanayoyaishi wao wenyewe wanayachukia. Unajua wakati mwingine unaishi maisha unayachukia, lakini that is the kind of life you have. How do you handle that?
So on matters I can figure out, Celeste, maybe you're trying to talk on matters of mental health.
Yes, exactly.
So we have a whole project on youth care, which is all about self-care. Self-care where I'm able to prioritize my mental health, my physical well-being. I have to exercise. I have to eat well, nutrition. Especially we emphasize on young people who are living with HIV. They need good nutrition because they need to take their regimen.
The drugs,
and which is very, like, it's very heavy on them. So una emphasize wanakula. For the mental health, una emphasize that they have a journey. They can work with a psychologist or even just a counselor who they can always call in case they feel like they are left out. We engage them in camps, like where wanaenda tu ku relieve stress. They can always talk about what they are feeling. Like we advocate for self-care. We also kupitia hiyo self-care na mental health, they are able to even unapata tu mtu, they don't feel discriminated. They will come out and tell about their status and how they are positively living with it. And our goal at the end of the day is to end stigma and discrimination in the community. Because we realize a lot of people are passing through that. They cannot be able. We just emphasize a lot of self-care, a lot of positive living, good nutrition, work with a counselor, and most of all, spiritually pray to God. I mean, God is the crown of everything.
Amen. He's able to do much and more than our own expectations. What is our role as parents, as the society? Where have we gone wrong? Tuanze na where we've gone wrong.
I think this cuts across back to our generations. You know, our parents just used to instill things. Hawataki mu have conversation.
6 kama hujafika hapa.
Utaniambia ulikuwa wapi. So what us we bring on board is the aspect of youth and adult partnerships. Tunakuja, mimi na mamangu tunakaa chini. We come to a middle ground. Discuss things. Let's create a safe space, enabling environment. Not only at home. Even in school, parents have a role to play. Kama unaona in school, there are young people living with HIV and they're in school. If you as a teacher don't understand things about HIV, why don't you just enlighten yourself so that you cannot unajua kuna ile you can handle this child, especially I feel discriminated. Just enlighten yourself and treat this child just like any other child. The only difference with them is that they're living with HIV. So it's a matter of it's a holistic approach, and specifically we want even to thank religious leaders because we think they have taken that role. Wote the Christian and the Muslim side wametake hiyo role ya kujielimisha na kujisensitize, just to be able to even work with young people, to be able to tell them to prioritize in their self-care, their mental well-being, and also the aspect of bodily autonomy and integrity. These young people, through their mental health, they can be able to make correct and informed choices on their body, on their integrity, and also their lifestyle.
Na hiki kikundi, mambo unayozungumzia ni mambo mazuri, na ningependa kujua iwapo tumeenea katika taifa lote la Kenya ama mko na specific areas ambako mna operate from.
Tuko katika harakati ya kuenea, but specifically as per now we are working in 4 counties, Nairobi, Laikipia, Homa Bay, and also Isiolo.
For Nairobi, we've explained why. It's very important. But then for those others like Kipia, Isiolo,
so
Homa Bay.
Homa Bay, from statistics kutoka kitambo,
HIV ko juu.
HIV inakuanga tu juu.
True.
So that is a place that we seek to lienda. There are a lot of organizations working there, but specifically for us, we went because of matters of self-care. And also we have 2 projects that are called Youth Care and Youth Wise, where youth care is for just a young person being able to get correct services and commodities. Wakitaka kwenda kwa health facility, wanajua mali watapata youth friendly services. Wakitaka kwenda kanisa, wanajua kama kanisa iko na youth friendly, iko na youth group wanaweza join just to mingle. Wakitaka to just Youthwise is all about a human centered design. Like me as a human, how do I relate with other people? And also now for the youth care is all about self-care. We realize that a lot of people are making interventions only on health services and commodities, but sisi tunataka kuwa na holistic approach. Physical, mental, spiritual, socially, and well-being. So that is all about self-care, and also their bodily autonomy and integrity. That's for Homa Bay. So for Laikipia and Isiolo, you know, those are places that have the misplaced communities, marginalized communities that have been left behind. The Kalenjins. Now for Isiolo, we have wale hata wanatoroka kutoka other countries, the refugees, women from those displaced. So that's why we don't want to leave anybody behind. That's why we're including them. We've realized other populations are being catered for. What about the ones from the refugees? What about the young people who have been misplaced in their communities? What about the Ma? What about the Kalenjin? That's why where they practice FGM and very harmful practices and cultures. So that's why we factored in Laikipia and Isiolo.
Do you help wale watu ambao wamekuwa victims of violence, either sexual violence or physical violence? Do you help them?
Survivors of violence. We do. But basically the most we can do, we just refer them, because we are not so much into the other organizations. We refer them not specifically for medical interventions. We have great partnerships with Medicals Sans Frontiers. We are members of the technical working group of GBV in Nairobi and nationally. So we refer them. We have contacts with the police. So our work and social workers. So our work when we get GBV cases, GBV cases of the survivors, we just refer them to social workers. We refer them to MSF, the Medicals Sans Frontiers, where they can be able to get medical help. And also we work with social justice centers, where through them they can be able to get justice at the courts. Okay,
22914 and also kwa Facebook page yetu Mwangaza TV. Tuko ndani, tunataka kuwa balozi. Tunataka sisi sote katika maeneo yetu tuhakikisha kwamba tunawapenda, tunawatunza, tunawaelewa wanarika wetu. Mara nyingi wanarika husema kwamba wazazi hawatuelewi. My mom doesn't understand. Na wakati mwingine tuliacha watoto kujilea, wamejilea hadi wamekuwa wanarika, wanaanza kuwa wazazi hata kabla hawajabalehe. Hili ni swala ambalo ambalo tunaliangazia. And for those wanarika ambao wanatoka katika maeneo tuseme kama kile ambacho nimegusia kwamba tunaachilia watoto wanajilea. Watoto wamejilea, wakawa watu wazima kama wako miaka 12, 14. So huyu jamaa anapokuja hata anapata mtoto ama anazalisha kule nje, anaendelea kulea wakwao, yani the siblings, na bado analea watoto wake. How do you help? How do you come in?
Okay, so we have the aspect of social economic empowerment for these young people out of, we call them out of school adolescents and young people. Kwa sababu sasa, this one you cannot even take them as a young, as an adolescent anymore.
Exactly.
This one is a matured minor.
Yes.
Ameanza maisha.
Ni matured minor.
Yeah,
ukweli.
This is a matured minor. Ameanza maisha mapema. So the most that we can do is just social economically empower them, just to be able to sustain their lives and through sustained livelihoods. So we have a whole program on adolescent boys and young men, especially for the boys and men. We feel that they are left out.
Exactly.
Yeah. So how do we pull them? We pull them from most of them wanakuanga unapata hata kama mtu anafanya kibarua kwa football ama basketball. So those are the magnets that we use just to catch the out of school adolescents and young people, and we empower them through you give them skills kama sasa can we say we have a program that just is in the pilot project, ile kama ya just taking goods like the French beans, the ones that are packaged to be taken to the airport. That is something that is sustained. Jota nikimwambia atengeneze sabuni sahi, like many people do, atauzia nani? Everybody is selling the soap.
Exactly.
Why don't we do for them something that is going to sustain them? And for those who want to go back to school also, we make sure that maybe you give them a small stipend. There are donors that support that. Small stipend just to support their families as they go back to school, finish whatever they are doing, especially maybe vocational training, vocational courses, mechanic, plumber. These are ready jobs that are ready in the market. So, and you make sure like you connect them to places that they can get those jobs. So, or also in the organization, when we want something, we don't outsource. We just get them, and also we refer them to other organizations. We have good partnerships. We don't outsource. Teach this young boy how to brand.
Okay. Wacha afanye the branding.
Kama mko na activity, t-shirts zinafaa kubrandiwa branding. At the end of the day, they are able to take care of their families.
True. All right. Na kuna mtu labda anatazama anasema mimi ningependa kuvolunteer, mimi ningependa labda kuwa mmoja wenu. Is there room?
Yeah, there is room for volunteership. Just
what are the requirements?
Requirements, just be passionate about your work. And you want to give back to your community. That's all that matters. Community work is always about passionate.
Okay.
I'm sure Celestine ukiwa hapo, when you are at home, aukosange kujua mtu mmoja ama wawili wenye they really need your help. And I think community work and social work starts from the heart.
Okay.
You want them to volunteer to the community. We just want a passionate person. Come, we will learn together and grow together. We have an email on our page, info@irep.org. Just drop us a mail. You want to volunteer, then someone is going to reach out to you.
Can someone volunteer as a part-timer or lazima awe full-timer?
No, you can volunteer as a part-timer.
Okay.
Yeah, there's no need. We have a lot of things going on, and we believe when we have people who are going to pass this information in different places, you can volunteer. Ata si lazima ukwe physical, through social media. How about just come and say, I want to volunteer through social media. Make a post about it. Send maybe to the communications person in our team. That's it. I'm sure from the deep of our pockets, siwezi kosa data reimbursement for you just to be updating young people. Go research about something, go read about something that concerns young people. And you want to give information. We have Twitter spaces where you can give information. We have Facebook lives where you can just give information. We have TikTok videos where you can pass information. It's all about just creating a community that is going to create positive impact at the end of the day.
Amen. Na for someone ambaye anasema mimi ningependa kuwa reach, unajua sometimes tunazungumzia maneno ambayo yanatuathiri, but we may not have the room or the space to speak out. But later on someone may want to get in touch. Anasema mimi niko hivi, I really want to talk to that. I want to, Are you guys reachable?
Yeah, we are reachable. We
Okay.
have a phone number
Yeah.
on our website. Our website is very easy.
Okay.
www.irep.or.ke. There's just a phone number. Also, I can give you.
Yes,
Yeah,
you
can
can.
just give 0708 859 298.
That was fast.
Yeah, 0708 859 298. You can always reach out, and we support fully, like from the bottom of our hearts. Whatever we can be able to do, we do.
Okay.
Ile hatutaweza, we will refer to the right people.
All right.
Yeah, and I'm sure you'll get help as a young person.
Beautiful. Your final remarks, even as we wrap up our show.
So my final remarks is just be as a young person.
Yeah.
We are faced with a lot of things. Peer pressure iko.
Yes.
I can for sure even tell you, me as a young person, hizo vitu zinakuanga. Get rich quickly, inakuanga.
Yes. Now all of your friends are rich.
Yeah, as a young woman,
Yeah.
that's okay. Now all your friends are rich.
Yeah.
You will want also to get rich.
Exactly.
Sindio?
Yes.
So you'll end up having a
Wababas.
sponsor kama
Yes.
wababas. Sindio?
Yes.
So as a young person, just make realistic goals for yourself.
Yeah.
Work towards them. Never give up. And most importantly, I always say, I think that is my very important part in my life. Always never forget to pray. God is the center of everything.
Amen.
Every morning, just tell him to guide you in whatever you're going to do, to make the right decisions in the right way. And most importantly, just make the right decisions for you, for yourself, and for your body. You have a long life to live.
Amen. And there's someone who's feeling down. Ana feel kwamba mimi nilisha drop. Unajua, nimeathiriwa, I have nothing to live for. Someone that is giving up on hope. Talk to.
Yeah. I would love to tell them that it's not the end of the world. Even when you fall, you can always come back. You have something to live for. God has given you life today. Amekupea good health. So the only thing that is affecting you at this moment ni hizo thoughts zenye uko nazo. He has given you life, and he has given you good health.
Yeah.
So he still has a purpose with you. Don't give up. Just reach out if you feel like it's the end of you.
Yes.
Your mental health is very important, and it's not the end of the road for you.
It's not the end of
The road for you, yeah.
There is hope.
There is hope.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, my dear, for coming. May the Lord bless you, and thank you for what you're doing.
Yeah.
Mnafanya kazi poa, by the way.
Thank you so much.
Hata viongozi wa kisiasa huwa wanatuambia kwamba vijana ni viongozi wa kesho. Sijui hiyo kesho itafika lini. But at least hiyo inaonyesha kwamba there is so much hope kwa wanarika.
Yeah, very
there is so much hope. Kwa sababu kama unataka familia itatoka pale kwa wanarika. Unataka kanisa litasimamishwa na wanarika. Unataka nchi ipige hatua kusonga mbele. Unataka watu kufanya kazi. Wanarika wana nguvu. Nyinyi tunawapenda sana wanarika.
Yeah.
Sisi tuko huku kwingine. Nyinyi
Yeah.
So asante sana for coming. Mungu akubariki sana. Continue doing what you're doing. Na wewe ambaye uko pale nje, ungependa kuvolunteer, ungependa ku reach out, ungependa kuwa a champion, ungependa kuwa a voice to the voiceless, because najua katika maeneo yetu kuna watu wengi ambao wameathirika, watu ambao wamefinyika, lakini hawana mtu wa kuwasikiza. Unaweza chukua huo muda ukawa miguu yao. Wewe ndio utatembea, wewe ndio utazungumza, wewe ndio utasikia, wewe ndio utawasaidia, wewe ndio utawawezesha kutozama katika msongo wa mawazo, kwa sababu sisi sote tunastahili kuwepo kuhakikisha kwamba wanarika wetu ama vijana wetu wanasimama na wanakinga, wanakuwa salama. Kipindi chetu kinaendelea, lakini sasa nataka tuweze kuvuka twende madukani, tununue, tuuze, tutambue wadhamini wetu, kisha baadaye nitakaporejea na gym at home. Kwa hivyo kama uko pale nyumbani, create space because tunaingia gym moja kwa moja. Mwelekezi, naomba twende.